G'day, listeners and podcast watchers from around the world. Welcome to another episode of The Weekend Waves. You're with Spinksy, your host, and wherever you are, thank you for tuning in. We have a very special guest with us. It is the afternoon here down under in Australia. He's a former ASP World Pro Surfing contender. Well, wouldn't say contender. He was a contender for the title, though, because he got up in the top 10 there quite a few times. A former Bells champion, Santa Cruz as well, a lot. And he's been down here toiling away down under the last few weeks in the shaping room, shaping up some fantastic boards that he has surfed himself over the years and many others. I'd like to welcome our guest, Richie Collins. G'day, mate. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Anthony?
I'm very well, mate. Thank you very much for joining me here on the podcast today. So how's life treating you down under the last few weeks?
Couldn't be better.
Mm.
I wish I could have probably surfed more,
Okay.
but I ended up getting really busy. So I was doing like 10, 12, 14-hour days, shaping, airbrushing, lamb, hot coating, and sanding, making completes in like a day or two, So right when I started getting done, I got, a couple more orders. Get done, a couple more orders. So I basically just made all the boards and just started sanding like crazy. So I surfed a little bit when I first got here. A couple swells came in, which was good. Water was warm, air was cold. And it kind of rained really, really hard for like 2 weeks straight, like the worst rains you guys ever had. But other than that, to be able to come to Australia for the first time and just cruise, no contest, not to worry about having to be somewhere. Just had to get up early and go to work. That was it.
Yeah. One-man show, though. You're doing a lot, shaping right through to the end.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So I just do it myself, everything by myself. And I've been doing that for a long time and working out of the Warner factory. And Shannon was hanging out for a while until Brett came back. And then, just it took like a week and a half to find my bearings and stuff because they're this and that and this. Got some blanks from Surf Blanks Australia. Couldn't find paint. Finally found the paint, where to get resin. Got some more resin from them. Got some blanks from over there. Got some bought this, that, going everywhere. Just like, what?
Yeah.
So it was just like learning everything all over for about 2 or 3 weeks while I'm making boards. And then, so next time I come back, I'm hoping to come back March, April, go down to Bells and hang out during the contest and do a little bit of traveling up and down the coast, surfing, golfing, and maybe being able to come over and shape some more boards.
Speaking of boards and shaping, you were pretty much writing your own boards, or your dad's, Lance, the Wave Tools back in the day. One of the pros, or not many back in the day, they were actually shaping and surfing their own boards.
There was very few. I mean, Simon Anderson was still a little bit on the tour. I think he was just on his outs, and MR had just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rich Joe was making his boards on the tour, and I think he did a couple for Man Archibald, which Rich Joe's great. I mean, he's a classic guy, And so I will.
Shane.
Well, Shane wasn't making his own boards then.
Right.
He was doing. I think it was Jack McCoy was making all his boards at the time. I'm not sure. I just know in the early '80s, Jack was making all the boards for Shane and all the development and all those crazy psycho sprays that some of my friends want me to copy. And I'm like, well, you got to be kidding me. And as you see, some of the sprays I do are kind of like the old Shane Horan sprays, but mostly the crazy checkers and fades and some splats. Like, so I mean, it's just crazy, And but yeah, mainly I was the only one doing all my own shaping and stuff like that. I know Glenn went and did a couple on his side, and I think shoot, my mind just went blank. Oh, I can't remember his name right now.
A lot of sticky tape and a lot of sticky tape masking up involved with the checkers and all of your sprays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of work.
I'd rather just, yeah, I'd rather just shape, which would be fine because I'd rather just do all the shaping and have some spray and do all the work. So
Mm,
that's kind of what I set up over here, with Neil Wheeler for the cutter that can cut all my boards, and showed him how to do the shaping and stuff like that. And Shannon, how I built my boards, and I don't know who's going to spray my boards, but hopefully they will be able to do, the best that I can. I mean, they
yeah,
can. And
yeah,
but if not, when I get some orders when I'm back here in March, April. If
yeah.
God wants me to come back, I'll be back.
Awesome. So leaving back, you reside, well, obviously Newport original,
Yes.
and then recently, last couple of years, Hawaii.
Yeah. I moved to Hawaii almost 5 years ago now,
Mhm.
and got a job offer from my friend of mine, Brett. When I went over there, I was doing some maintenance work on my friend's house. I did a remodel for my friend down in San Clemente, his house. He's like, "Oh man, let's go to Hawaii." I'm like, "Okay." So went over there. He guys had me do some stuff on his houses, and so I did, and got to, free trip to Hawaii. And then, Brett found out, my old friend from Newport found out I was there, and he goes, "Dude, you want to do some work for me?" I'm like, "I want to work on boards." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So I did, and he goes, "Hey, you want to come back? I got some work for you." I had nothing going on back in Newport, and some family just things, problems going on. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go to Hawaii, do some stuff." And I'm remodeling this guy's house, doing some work on this girl's house, and remodeling the shop, building boards, building myself a shaping room, and just, and it worked out great. And now I got my own place and just work when I got work.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. Those chickens still hassling you with the watermelon sprays?
Oh man, I've got started off with two, and now it's like 25. Like, I don't even know what they're going to be like. I've been gone so long. Like every time I leave, there's like 25. I come back and there's five left. So I don't know where they go. Don't let the chickens run around in my shop. Like,
Mm,
well, the chicken wasn't supposed to be in here. Rosie, her name's Rosie. She's not supposed to be in there.
mm,
And I didn't know she was there. And I come back and I'm like, "What are you doing in here?" She's all looking at me like, and I go to the lamb room, and I'm like, gonna go wash my hands. Like, what the heck? Board's like halfway off the rack. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." I look, and there's these big paw prints and peck marks in it and stuff. I'm like, luckily the guy doesn't want too mad.
yeah,
So
well, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they're just sniffing around, thinking it was a bit of something new to eat.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess chickens really like watermelon. They like red. That's what my sister said. By the way, Grant says hi.
Oh, hi, Duran. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh, yeah.
she lived in like Norco and then Tennessee. She had a bunch of chickens. So like,
Yes,
what's up
she
with these
did.
chickens? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
guess she was way out there in the woods there for a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe close to 10 years, maybe
Yeah.
something like that.
Crazy. The
Yeah.
kids grew all up there too.
Yeah. They grew up over there. Now
Mm.
I think the oldest lives in Arizona. Her second lives in, I think, Riverside, and then her younger two boys are in Kauai.
Yeah,
And she's
beautiful.
over there right now visiting her new grandbaby.
Oh,
So
congratulations, D. And yeah, so that'd be your then another. Well, what would that work out then to be? So great nephew or great niece?
it'd be my great nephew.
Yeah.
It's not my nephews, and then yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's
how's
unfortunate because I never get to go to Kauai, and I'm just down the street.
I know.
I'll jump right over.
No.
All the boys are, "Come on, man, you got to get over here. You got to get over here." I'm like, I'm working, and then I don't have any work, and then I can go, but I don't have any money.
Ah,
Then I got money, but I got too much work, and I can't go.
yeah, okay.
So I try to uh, figure out times to be able to fly back to California to see my daughters and hang out with my friends and play golf every day and maybe surf if I, can. But I like to stay on the golf course more than the surf.
Is
So
that because of the back still? You still having, is that troubling you still since, well, geez, from a grommet, really?
yeah, breaking my back when I was about 14 windsurfing, and then not finding out till I was about 18 that my back was broken and grew back crooked, and I had to re-break it and strengthen it to be able to do the tour. And now I got my lower hips, my SI joints and my lower hips are shot. My hips move in and out, and still my lower back's junk, mid back, upper back, my neck. So I mean, I don't want to, but I have to get neck surgery. It's really, really bad. If I'm out in the water for more than 35, 40 minutes, my neck starts seizing up, and I can't move. And it feels like someone's got a crowbar in the back of my neck and twisting it. And then it's hard to get to my feet because I can't lift my leg up quick enough because of my SI joint. So it's just a bummer because once I get to the wave, once I get up on my feet, I can almost surf really good, but still I'll get up there and just go, I don't even care. I'm going to hit this lip. Like I sit back and I hit the lip so hard, I scare myself. And I look at the lip now, I go, no, not hitting that thing. I'm afraid to do a floater on like a 2 to 3 foot tall wave.
All right.
And I get up, I'm like, no, I just kick out. Cause if I land wrong, my hip could pop. So, hip surgery, I think, is like screws. I don't have to replace anything. It's just 3 screws that go on each side. But still, I'm like, I better start making some money so I can take about 4 or 5 months off instead of, I usually take maybe 2 months off, but surgeries and stuff, it's going to be more like 3 to 6 months. So
Right. Elko Kongboy. He's hip done too. He's on subs now.
Yeah.
Because he's just, after all the injuries, obviously from motorbikes and snowboarding and surfing, and it's all caught up with him. And he's just that hard to pop up now. So he's on the subs at Nusa Dua, and he's loving life doing that.
Yeah. Well, people always say, why don't you do something? Like, nope. Why don't you ride a longboard? Nope. Oh, you can try that. Nope. I go, if I can't stand up on my 5'11" or my 6'1", I'm not surfing anymore.
Right.
The only time I'll go surf on a longboard is my daughter comes over, and it's like knee to waist time, maybe a couple shoulder high sets out at Lonnie's. I might paddle on a longboard, or I'll still ride my 5'11".
Okay.
I'll just sit there, watch and hang out with my daughter out in the water. So
it doesn't hurt you when you're playing golf?
No.
Really?
But I have been playing golf before, went to go putt, and my hip went out, and I went straight to the ground. I was done. So it's gone out playing golf. I've had to be carried off the golf course, carried off the beach more, but carried off the golf course, and my buddy was the starter. I had to follow me home and carry me to my bedroom because I couldn't walk. My back was done. But that was like years ago. So it's just, people ask me what kind of pain you are in. I'm like, you don't even want to know the pain that I'm in. I just ignore it. So
everyone ignored you when you were in so much pain when you won that Bells event.
I pretty much was in the back for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not really anybody visited me. And then I had like 5 doctors. Oh my God, you could go paralyzed. I'm like, dude, shut up. Leave me alone. Let me call Tim Brown. I got to talk to him. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there. And I'm like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm like, just give me a phone. Give me a phone. So finally I got him on the phone. I woke him up. Tim, you got to get these guys away from me. And they wouldn't leave me. They finally left me alone. Then I'm all by myself for like forever until the ambulance came, got me, took me to the not airport, took me to the hospital, like an hour and a half, almost 2-hour drive in the ambulance. Sat there for 3 hours. No phone call from the ASP or Rip Curl. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and the only person that called me is Pete Smith, who helped carry me up the beach. And he called me, no, I'll just wait for the ASP to see if I'm okay. But nope. Called me again, nope. So he finally comes out and grabs me, picks me up with his wife and a couple of his friends. They help me. I get in a wheelchair out to the car, and I get in his car. I don't have any clothes. They wanted to cut my wetsuit off. I'm like, hell no, you're not cutting my wetsuit. I just won bells. You're not getting this thing off me. But I took it off, and I got a towel wrapped around me. And I'm freezing in the hospital, and because hospitals aren't warm.
That's right.
So they took me back to my place, grabbed my bags, took me to their house, and put me up for a week. And then we became best friends, and we talk still. Just made him 3 boards. He came to one of my ex's, ex now, I'm not married anymore, our wedding, with their young little 3-year-old. And so we've been in touch ever since.
That's
So
all.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
old friends in mysterious ways, like I just did when I came over here.
Did you ever get to ring it?
I never got to ring the bell, and until they did the 50th, I think. Was that the 50th? They invited all the past champions.
Right. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. I'm not too
I
sure.
finally got to ring it. So
Crazy.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah. But you were pretty known as a little bit of a rebel in a sense.
I wasn't bad.
And you know, yeah. Everyone
Yeah,
liked
I
you
just
though, because you're aggressive, you were right in there, you were pretty you were known as like the big floaters too, It's like
well, when you're brought up the way I was brought up, same as Sonny, a couple of other boys, that was your life. Your life was it was all go and no stop. Anything's in your way, you just punch through it. And I wish there was a different way I could have done it, but I didn't know anything else. Everybody around me, that's all we did. That's all they did. That's all my dad did. They ran the lineup. They got in fights. They beat people up. And I just was the little guy that was sitting there watching everything and wanted to become that person because I thought that was the way of the life. That was the way to live.
mm,
And as I got older, um, it made my career huge, and it ended my career the next day because of my attitude and just being an asshole and being selfish and um, just being a dickhead. And that's all there is to it. The attitude, the anger, and whatever you want to call it, you know. Um, I just, I talk to people about it all the time, and I'm just like, I sit there and I look back and I'm like, nah, I think about it all the time. And I'll remember certain things and like, God, what was I thinking? I mean, why would I do that? And this and that. I'm like going, you know, um, but it was the time, it was the era that, I mean, you go to Hawaii and you didn't know anybody, you got your freaking ass kicked. That's all there is to it. You go to Newport and you didn't know anybody, you got your ass kicked. You go to Huntington, you go up north, everywhere you went, you get beat up. That's just the way it was, you know, unless you knew somebody. So, when I got married and I had my daughters and stuff, I taught them the opposite. I taught them how to fight. And I taught them how to, protect themselves, and then they got trained how to do it and this and that. But I also taught them how the more friends you have, the better your life will be, and to love everybody and to hugs and kisses and and so my daughters are super nice and they kind of like me. They don't like people, but they accept, whatever. And I go, you got to accept people for who they are because not everybody's nice. And, you know, it's just the way I was brought up. Everybody's your enemy.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, your eldest Maya, she was on the QS there for a while.
yeah,
Like she
yeah,
first good. Yeah, she was ripping, I think
yeah,
sometimes like all um our viewers and most likely other coaches,
yeah,
you run-ins with judging, maybe. But
yeah,
uh, she did very well, but she's doing awesome in golf as well. And particularly the middle daughter, your middle daughter's
well,
mm,
if I could start all over again,
mm,
I wouldn't have started Mia so early on the tour. I would let her stay home longer, go to school and do all that stuff. But like I said, being who I am, my ego, my pride, and my selfishness, I just knew there was so much talent there. I wanted to get back out there. I won because she was a really good surfer by the time she was 10, 11 years old. And a proper surfer, full bottom turn, full big top turns, big giant cutbacks, not these little squeak turns. And so we had a little discrepancy with the ASP at the time. I think it was ASP still, maybe WCL. I have no idea. And
think it was
they just basically said that, um, she can't be on the tour anymore till she's 14. I said, okay, I was kind of irritated about it. Um, because I made sure that we could, and then it said we could, and then they said we couldn't, and we already paid for everything, and so that was it for when she was 13. But when she's 14, we started back up, and she was doing pretty well, and she won Sunset when she was 14 when I was massively closing out, and I got sucked out to sea, and they had to come rescue me because my back seized up and I couldn't paddle anymore.
Yeah.
And so um, by the time she was 18, I um, she was sponsored by Hurley and Oakley and um, Future Fins and think Frog House, and
Yeah.
just her results were kind of there, but they weren't getting where they needed to be. And I wanted to stop doing the tour. I wanted to stay with my daughters. I used to take my daughters and Mia to Europe every year, to do France and Spain, and we had a great time. And but for me, you know, when she wasn't listening and she wasn't performing correctly or whatnot, or she was doing really well or whatnot, it was my home base was kind of like not what I wanted it to be. So I was getting a little more stressed out and more anxiety out every time I went on a trip with her. And it showed a lot. So when she turned 18, when we were in France with my daughters, I said, okay, Mia, you're on your own. You can go with your friends and drive to something. I'm just going to go home. And so I did, because that was it. I'm done. And then when I got home, things went awry. Uh, and so Mia kept trying to do the tour. And then she finished I think she finished pretty well that year. And then the next year when she started up, I think it was 2019, 2018, something like that, whatever. She had good enough results to where she went on the primes, the big ones. And then she was doing really well in Australia, and then COVID hit. So there's something that you text me before COVID hit.
Oh,
And it's interesting. I don't know if we can talk about it here, but it's pretty interesting.
was it now?
I'll have to remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty gnarly. It's a pretty heavy deal. It's really I I I I think we should just talk personally about that.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So I don't want to get anybody in trouble or start up
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You
We
know?
will. So yeah. Sorry, listeners or viewers.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss out. That's a personal thing, so I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I mean, it's something that everybody should know,
Fine.
but it's something that you sent me that was, yeah, okay, whatever. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later,
Okay. All right.
it was just like, boom.
Mm.
So, but anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, so Mia's tried to do the tour, and then the COVID thing hit because she was on her way to New Zealand. They shut everything down. She flew home, and then everybody was off for a year, and then being a year at home, hanging out, playing a little bit of golf. When you go back on the golf course,
Yeah.
oh, don't touch the stick or you're gonna get COVID. It's like, oh, come on, it's like, oh, wear a mask. Wear a mask when you enter the restaurant, but when you sit down, you can take it off. It's like, oh, let's get on a plane. If you get on a plane, you have to wear a mask, but where does the breath go?
It
You
was a
know,
crazy times, mate,
and
and
it was nuts. But
no,
but so
it was
she
horrible. Yeah.
yeah, so she stopped, and then when she tried to start back up when she was about 20, she just didn't have it in her, and I wasn't going to go anywhere with her. And I think she was missing home more, and she didn't want to travel anymore. And she got sick of surfing against girls, and she got sick of the judging and having to compete and perform in front of everybody. And so she started getting more into golf, and went to college, got really good at golf, got herself down to about a zero, and tried out for the U.S. Open and the U.S. Open Amateur, you know, and then she met a boy and
Yeah.
kept dating the boy and kept dating the boy. And I moved to Hawaii, and
You got married too.
it just got weird. Now they're married, which
Yeah, I
was
know.
crazy to me. But, you know, it was very difficult for me because what I was going through myself. and then everything else going on with me and getting married and stuff to her new husband, David. And um, for someone like me, it was just hard to swallow. But
Mm.
my
A little
daughter,
growing up, you know? Yeah.
I'm not gonna get all pissy about it. I mean, I was a little bit pissy about it, but I was like trying not to show it because I love my daughter. So I just pretty much just try to keep my mouth shut as much as I can and made sure the old Richie didn't come back and just let it go.
Yeah, it
So
was great. Yeah.
and
It was nice seeing her again down at the Gold Coast when they had the World Board Rider battle on. She was down there.
oh yeah, that's right. Just
Yeah.
recently,
Yeah. In
last
January.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah,
January.
yeah.
Awesome.
Actually,
Yeah.
we were stoked because yeah, yeah. Darren invited her again, and then Caroline and Lila, Mia, they jumped on a plane and flew over. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I want to go. I'm like, no, I don't go. But you can't go to Australia. They're here for 5 days. You can't just jump on a plane, come over here 5 days, and the fifth day you got to leave.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that.
Mm.
So hold on a
Yeah.
second. I forgot to do something.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta turn the battery on.
No. We don't want to lose Richie.
No, there we go. Yeah, I plugged the computer in, but I forgot to turn it on.
Mate, being there.
You know how you have your little switches on your little outlets? You got to switch it on.
Yeah.
We just plug ours in and it's on.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I just the zero battery thing just felt like, oh, that's it. Yeah, so we're good now.
I remember you. I remember because we're pretty much the same age. You're 69, born in 69, 68,
Yes. Yeah.
but 69.
March 1969. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're older than me by a few months. I'm August 69. But I remember you as a Grom. I remember the coloured fluoro boards, the bright wetsuits, the webbed gloves,
Of course.
and then snowboard.
Yeah. People always ask me about the web gloves.
Yeah.
They're always going, dude, where's the web gloves? And I go, I don't know where they are. I used to have like 10 pairs and they disappeared.
Wow.
You know, I'd bust them out.
Yeah.
I'd for sure bust them back out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see this, but I see that board.
Yes, I can.
I did that for my brother over here, JJ. That's JJ's new board.
Nice.
And this is Matt Hoy's new board.
I'll be frothing on that one.
I'm meeting with him tonight. We're all
Cool.
we're
Yeah.
all going to dinner.
Nice.
And then you saw the stuff on my Instagram about Carol getting a board.
Yeah, you're surfing at the pool the other
Yeah.
night.
So this is Carol's new board right here.
That was so
Got
cool that you got to meet up with that crew, you know.
Yeah. Well, Carol was over. He was over. So here's the the spray right there. His little thingy. He likes it on there because it was supposed to be like blue rails with checkers and then red deck. And they walked in because they did Adam Bobo from Bell's. He called me up and he wanted to get a board for him and his son. And I go, okay, what airbrush? He goes, I want the Filthy Habits spray. And I'm like, Filthy Habits spray? And he texted to me like, oh, okay. So I sprayed that. And this other guy, Juan from Western Oz, saw it. And he goes, I want that too. So he ordered one. And then Carol walks in like, oh yeah, I was just about to start spraying his board. He goes, oh, I like this. Let's do something I've never done before. I want that Filthy Habits spray with my thing on. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, by the way, Tom, if you watch this, I owe you $50.
What was that? Was that because of the less paint to use?
Yeah, less time.
Less time.
It was like half the amount of time. So comes to take his board, he gives me his money. I'm like, we were just kind of talking and goofing off, and I forgot he bailed. I forgot to give him money.
Oh, bloody hello.
But that's okay.
And they're mostly twin fins too, the boards, aren't they?
Yeah. So JJ's board, Hoyo's board, Robo's board, his son, and Juan's board, they're all double wing swallow tri-fins from back in the late 80s, early 90s. They want to do the original. But Tom got the new twin fin. Matt Duffy, pro surfer back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I got to stay at his house with his wife Lucy and his two children. So I made him a board, brand new twin fin, and gave him some fins. And this guy Chris Athos ordered 4 boards, 2 for him, 1 for his buddy, 1 for his son-in-law, and this guy Philip got a board, and then one of the local guys from Narrabeen walks into the shop and sees all this stuff, all these bright, crazy stuff. He goes, "What?" He's like tripping out. It's like, oh, Shannon's all, "Yeah, Richie's right there." He's like, "What? He's here." And he walked in. He's like, and I had this extra one sitting there. He goes, "I'll take it." So I made him one. I made him like, I'll show you. He was super amped, super cool spray. Like a kid in a candy store. So this is him right there. That's his new board. See that?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, had to get hernia surgery the week before he picked it up, so he can't surf on it for like 6 weeks. I go, just tell your wife to scoot over a little bit. And you can sleep with it.
Yeah, but I'll give it a bit of time to cure as well, though.
He's got to put some kind of lock on it so his kid doesn't take it and go surf on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so his kid likes to ride all his boards, and the kid's like, "Yes, board, it's a twin fin." He's all stoked.
Yeah.
So,
oh, I'm stoked that it really did well, because you were a little bit apprehensive of what was going to happen down here and stuff like that. But the big fella upstairs, he definitely guided you in a real way, mate.
Yeah, it's crazy because I booked everything to come over here. It's going to shape like 5 boards, JJ Hoya, my buddy Pete, and so on the way over, I was supposed to stay at Brett's place, and 2 days before I came over, he's like, "Mate, my girl just moved in and her daughter. There's no room for you." I'm like, "Okay." I started texting people, hey. And I just jumped on the plane with my buddy Heath that I was hanging out with in Hawaii and California, and I made him aboard too. And on the way over, just praying, "Lord, I got no place to stay, but worst comes to worst, I'll just rent a car and sleep in it." And my buddy goes, "Dude, you're not renting a car and sleeping in it. That's gonna be freezing cold." I'm like, "I got my blanket, my pillow, I travel with." So as soon as I land on plane, I get this text message from Matt and Matt Duff, and they used to call him Duffy. And I'm like, "Yeah, how long are you gonna be here?" My plans, I go, maybe a couple days to maybe a week, just to feel everything out. And then it ended up being 5 weeks at his place. And and they gave me a car, and I'm like, wow. And the whole time I'm there, I got some extra blanks. I'm like, started going, "Oh, Lord, it'd be cool if I got to do at least 20 boards, hanging out doing 20. I did 23 boards, and I got another fourth. I have to do another 24 when I get back, because guess who ordered a board? He came looking at him, checking them out, tripping out on everything. Richie loved it.
Really? Because he's dabbled in shaping too, hey?
Oh, yeah, I was talking to him. I've seen him shaping for about 20 years, doing his own stuff. I didn't know that. He's been fighting his hip thing and all that, and hopefully right now it's doing good for him. And so it was kind of like a little, okay, Richie, I'm going to say it. It's kind of a little bit, I got this stack of boards, like 8 to 10 boards on this rack, right? And he starts looking at them, looking, "We're all futures, buddy." And he starts going, "Yeah, but I knew what he say. It's like, "So what?" I'm like, "Nope." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm thinking," like, "Nope." It's like, "Well, what if I'm nope?" Okay, I guess. "Well, why don't you ever try?" I've said, "Nope, not doing it." I'm not doing it. So I explained to him why. And so we talked about it, and he challenged me. He said, "Fine. How about if I pay for everything and you make yourself a board and I'll pay for it, and then you can try it?" FCS. "No, not doing it." And he goes, "Why?" And I explained to him why. A lot of, R&R trying to make sure those fins don't break out, because they break out all the time. And so I said, "Okay, well, look, if you want to do it, you can pay for everything. Once I shape the board, we'll put your system in and we'll work on it, and I'll tell you the reason why, and you can go ride it and see what happens. And it's on your dollar, not mine." So that's what he's going to do, and go from there. So
you're knocking back on the.
I got to go back. I got to go back Saturday, shape it, airbrush it, and then Shannon is going to laminate and hot coat and do everything. Well, they got it. Yeah, I airbrush it, and then I leave Sunday. So
this Sunday.
Yes.
Wow.
I was supposed to leave last Sunday.
Yeah.
But I didn't get no time to come up and hang out with my mom and my pop and stuff up here in Newcastle, and see my brothers, JJ and Jody, and hoping to see Matt, but I got up here Wednesday afternoon, and I get Thursday and Friday and dinner night with everybody, and then leave tomorrow morning and get back down to Sydney to Narrabee.
Right. Surfing on the tour back then, what would you see the biggest differences? I'm not too sure if you follow it too much these days on the World Surf League, but your difference of opinions from then to now, same, or
Straight up, they wouldn't have a chance.
yeah,
Straight up, they would not have a chance against us. There's no way in the world. All the guys on tour are like babies. They have no idea what struggling is about. You show up, you get $10,000 to show up, 100 grand to win. We show up, we might get 300, 5 grand to win. We did more contests, and it was more expensive back then than it is now to do the tour, because we made, I think, a fifth of their money.
Yeah.
A fifth of their money. And it cost the same amount. Because when I went back on the tour, when I was doing it with Mia, I was looking at tickets and stuff and covers. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the same price or cheaper than when I did it when I started, So, but yeah, ours was top 4 waves, and you had to ride the wave and paddle back out. They get top 2. They get jet ski assist at pipe, at sunset, everywhere they go. I mean, sunset, 25-minute wave, top 4 waves when it's 6 to 8 feet. And we're riding and we're trying to beach them to valves and paddle back out and get 4 waves. Thank God once in a while Randy would go, okay, so it's 6 to 8 foot, a couple 10-footers, so we'll go 25-minute top 3 waves for you guys. Thanks, Randy. Thanks, Uncle. And then pipeline was top 4 waves, no matter what. There's no jet skis out there floating around getting ready to save us. And, all around the world, they got better waves now than we did before, because the CT was on every surf break. And there was we had, when I first started, it was trials into the CT, into the main event. And so we had 32 to 34 contests a year to surf. And whatever you surfed, you took 75% of your contests. So if I surfed 30 contests in 1 year, let's see you guys do that. Okay. And that was my trials year. I'd do like 30 contests the first year, something like that. And I finished 30th. So it was brutal. So, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So those guys are lucky.
The style of surfing, you like what's going on now? Men and women. I personally, I think the women have just going nuts.
Well,
and I prefer to watch them surfing. Really.
Yeah, a lot of my friends do. I mean, I preferred watching the women for a while too, mainly because of my daughter, and I'm studying everything. And then, like I said before, I really don't watch surfing because it just looks like robotic to me. Everything's the same. The ASP WSL now has taken out the spice of surfing, the personalities, they're all gone. I mean, if John was surfing, I'd watch it. If I remembered Kelly was surfing, I'd watch it. Andy Irons is gone. When he started back up before he died, I would watch it because Andy was just out there. Like, are you kidding me? Doing stuff just so crazy and awesome. And Kelly had to surf against him. I mean, you got the old guys that I grew up with too. You get all the Shanes, Heron, he died a few months ago. I mean, even Dave Davidson. I mean, that guy was he was a Matt Archibald of Australia. He raw talent, just killer surfer, I don't know, man. I think of all the surfers. I mean, Taj Burrow's gone. I mean, guys that just went out there and just free surfed, guys that look like robots that uh, cut
This
the
is
check marks.
yeah.
They dot to dot surfing. In between the dots, there's nothing, which is insane surfing. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. Um, I just like to see stuff in between, not getting on your board, flapping 50 yards and doing a freaking air when you just wasted a whole wave, and you give it a guy an 8 or a 9 or a 10 for, I'd give you a 2. Where'd the rest of the wave go? I'm really opinionated about it. People know it. People watch this will probably write me off, but hey, I'm sorry. It's just my own opinion. I've been in this industry since day one, before it all started, since I was a baby. And I've seen every company start, every company stop. I saw the best companies in the world fail because of bad decisions. And that's why they're failing now, because of bad decisions. That's why the ASP, the WSL, they fail every year because of bad decisions. And hopefully the new, I guess, owner of the WSL, he's changing it back to what it's supposed to be. And hopefully that'll bring the core back into it, which would be great. Oh, we're going to take the top 5 guys for world champion. Well, why don't you just get a 6th guy from the local 6th guy and see if he can beat everybody, because he's going to get to be the one lucky winning the title because he got all the waves. You can't do that. Chris Moore should have won, had 2 more titles under her belt. Oh, because she had a bad day, Oh, the next year, another bad day. I'm not taking anything away from Steph Gilmore, which is freaking, when I watched that final, I'm like, whoa, are you sure that's not a guy with long hair? I mean, unbelievable. The best women's surfer of all time. When I watch her surf, I just can't handle it. I mean, it's just beyond. So, and then
It was only too fitting, in my opinion, to see the top 2 that finished off the year,
yeah,
with the jersey yellow, were actually crowned the champions, Jago and Molly.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If I just spent 12 months surfing and I won the title, oh, I got one more contest after I just got done surfing all these. I got to surf another contest to claim my title. I already beat all these guys all year. Why do I have to surf against them again? That to me is stupid. That's just, there's no common sense behind it.
Yeah, well, a concept that they've tried for a few years and now they've changed it up. So I'd love to see it just go back to how it was.
Well, it's supposed to.
Yeah. And
That's
just
what I heard.
points. Yeah. It's similar, but I think they take some of the guys away, but then they bring them back in a pipe or something like that.
No, here's the deal.
Here's
the deal. Unless they do a full tour for the whole year and put it back to where it used to be, it's always going to suck no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. Like
unless you go from beginning to the end, there's no cutoff date. Because if there was a cutoff date when I surfed, I would have never made the end. Because I didn't start good until the OP through Europe and back to Australia to Hawaii. I would have never made that cut. Because the first couple months was like 3 to 6 contests. And we're trying to get ourselves back in tune. Trying to get back on the travel after taking like 2 months, 2.5 months off. And then getting back into the groove. It takes a bit. When you come to Australia, you got like 3 or 4 contests right off the bat. Australia, you got to go straight to what was Australia in the beginning, and I think we went. I don't remember what we did, man. We did too many contests. There's just too much stuff. So I just want to see it go back to what it used to be. I'm just I might start watching it again.
All right.
Maybe it'll bring John back.
Yeah.
So, but if I was him, I probably wouldn't do it because he makes enough money hanging out, cruising, and having fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, nice. So you go back to Hawaii, but you just mentioned you're coming back back down here next March.
Yeah. So what I'm supposed to be doing is, I'm supposed to go back to Hawaii, get some boards done, and then fly to California, do the surf off trade show. I mean, surf off, the shape off that Eric Alkawa's putting on every year, down in San Diego. So I got invited to do that, which is kind of cool. because I can still hand shape if I want to, but I just don't because it messes up my back and so I was supposed to be up in Hawaii right now taking care of stuff, but I have to go back to California early because I got to take care of some stuff and get it organized. And then I got some orders in California. I usually do in Hawaii and I bring them back. But I'm like, well, if I'm gonna bring in my shaping stuff already over there, then sorry, I got to get a hold of my buddy, tell him I'm gonna make some boards over there. Um, I have to make some boards in California, which I don't want to, but I have to because I'm not going to be going back to California for months. So I might go back in February for a little bit, then fly over here for a couple months. So if that's God's will, then yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because, like I said before, being able to travel now and come out, hang out with my friends, and actually just be able to cruise, kick back, go surf, play golf, build boards. That's what it's all about. That's what I was supposed to do 35 years ago. It just never happened. So 35 years later, here I'm living my whole early 90s all over again. And here's 95, which is 2025, and time to start all over again.
I saw your dad, Lance, he brought out some of the wave tools. He was sort of resurrecting the models from back in the day as well.
Yeah. If you want to resurrect the old stuff, you better know how to surf like the old stuff because the old stuff just doesn't work. Simply fact doesn't work. And what I'm making right now is 50 years of experience from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, all the different things, just from surfing and being a good surfer, working with guys like Al Merrick, JC, seeing the guys over here shaping, Greg Weber, list goes on. What Jack McCoy was doing back with Shane Horan, what MR was doing, Simon Anderson, everybody, Ben Ipa, Rusty, even my dad. You got Eric, you got Pang and Dennis and all the Hawaiian shapers. God, there's so many shapers that I just look at, watch all the riding, everything like that. My mind is just turning like crazy, crazy, crazy. And I just felt like surfing was stagnant. There was like nothing there. And everything was the same. And then when MR started, doing his retro models, twin fins again, and oh, that's cool, whatever. Started thinking about it. Then I saw one and I went home, had a dream, and I dreamt all night about it. Woke up the next morning and talked to my buddy Sweeney about, will this machine cut this? And he said, yes. It took me 3 years to design it, and I knew it would work. And I never thought it would work this good. And right now it works insane. It's shaping a 9.8 twin fin for Jamie Sterling, riding 40-foot waves at Himalayas and surfing Waimea on it. So when I get back, I'm going to be making a 10-2. And I've got a bunch of Kauai boys getting boards up to 9.0 now to surf and travel with. And a couple other guys got some 9.0s over in Oahu, riding big surf on them. And I didn't know. Jamie wanted to try them out. I'm like, okay, I don't think it's going to work, so don't blame me. So I just made it, designed it, made it. He goes, this board works insane. Okay. So then I came up with another design that is, we're still working on it, but it's got a 7.0, a 7.6, an 8.0, and a new 9.6 with a new rocker in it. And he's like, I got to sell all the other ones because these ones work way better. I'm like, well, you can't sell them unless you break them. You got to keep a backup, right? So he's all like, but I need money. I need money. And I'm like, well, so I don't know. But yeah, we're just working with guys like Jamie has been really, really good. And now making Tom Carroll one to see how he surfs on it. You saw that video, man?
Yeah, cool. First wave, crazy.
Wah. I'm like going, he's 64?
Yeah.
When we were 20, did you ever see a 64-year-old surf like that? No. And I'm like going, ew, you keep complaining about things. I don't see anything wrong. And I'm like going,
sure. I wonder if Nick, his brother's going to grab it off him. And
oh, yeah, Nick was supposed to get a hold of me and stuff like that, but he never did.
Okay.
So, but whatever, it's fine. But it's going to be interesting seeing, you know, you know, uh, Hoyo got like 2 boards back in the day, when he was on the tour, and then it's going to be interesting him riding the new one because the new design from the old double wing swallow to the new double wing swallow is a completely different board, like the same outline type, but different, you know, more advanced. And then even Adam Roba and his son Teddy to see, watching high caliber surfers finally ride what I used to ride, but advanced now, to get the feedback that as a professional surfer shaper needs to dream about my idea and then watching people surf it and looking at their surfing, how I can perfect it. And then I'm just more interested in doing the twin fins. So hopefully all these guys will get twin fins now instead of tri fins.
Yeah.
But, I'm just cruising, doing my thing and watching people enjoy themselves, which is, I think it's great because, hey, if I don't have to go out and do it and these guys are doing it, I still have enough talent in my little fingers to tweak it a little bit and understand it. Go from there.
Well, hopefully this some of the listeners or watchers on the podcast want to grab one of them when you come back and maybe vote her up for 50 boards.
You're gonna have to get one too, and
hey, no,
you're gonna have to get one.
Yeah, it was a bit slack on this one, as you know. I'm going overseas in a couple of weeks, so dollars get a little bit tight. I have to sell some, and
But when you go buy that 6-pack of beer, you might have to put that money in the till.
Yeah. Well, I'm already getting told that by the bean counter. The missus already in.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything because, man, I watch people drink and I'm like, so how much money you spend on all that beer and stuff this month? Like, $400. And I'm like, this thing, where did all that beer go?
More.
Go on.
Add another zero on that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I just,
down the toilet.
I gotta see. It's like when my daughter was over hanging out with me, I'm like, shoot, if I do this, if I get my own factory going over here, I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more on stuff. She was like, oh, yeah, because I used to play golf like every weekend. It's like $50 a week. And she goes, well, Dad, looks like you're just gonna have to give golf up. You have to get rid of it. Like, look there, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I have to. So I'd maybe play once a month now when I'm in Hawaii, because I have to be able to, expand my money, and I don't go out to eat. Sometimes live off of cereal for dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I don't feel like going and buying anything, or I buy some stuff and I just put things together. Chili, cheese, and rice. Nice, cheap, and easy. So,
expensive in Hawaii, huh?
Yeah. Well, I have to, if I want to fly back to California, it's like I got to save up like $500 to $1,000 to go back, and I save it up for a couple months, and bang, I go. I got to get rid of anything that I really don't need. So, what can I sell? Oh, hey, do you need a board? Yeah, I got this used board I just made myself. It works great, but it's little. So I have one right now, the 6-1 that I have, that works really, really good. I don't really need it, so I'm going to try to sell it when I'm here.
Right.
And then I got one extra board too that I made that I'm going to try to sell. So, wow.
Speaking of golf, when you were here, I think it's when you first come, didn't a light plane crash on the courts near you or something?
Oh yeah. I was wanting to go play golf. I'm like, man, I've been working too much. I think it was a Sunday afternoon, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to a golf course, check it out. And it was like, yeah, well, you have to wait till, it was like 12 o'clock. You have to wait till 2 o'clock. Like, went to another college, I think Monteville, and I went to it, and I was like, it's almost 12:30. He goes, yeah, 2:48's the first tee time, and you can't bring out carts because it's too rainy. I'm like, well, I can't walk because I get 2 bum hips. And like, forget it, I'm just not playing golf. So I go home, I'm sitting there, and also the news is on and this plane crashes. I'm like, wow, this plane crashed on the golf course, right? I'm like, that's the golf course I would have been playing on when it crashed. And I would have been on the golf course when it crashed. So whoever was flying that thing did a good job because it crashed in between two fairways. But that was pretty crazy. So
Ever play golf with Kelly?
I have played golf with Kelly over at Turtle Bay before.
Right.
And I think I played with him, I think probably over 15, maybe close to 20 years ago, once in Hawaii, with like Machado and Benji Weatherly and I think Ross Williams, I think it was. It was like 5 of us or something like that.
Yeah.
And but that was like so long ago. But I try to play with him when he's over, but it's either he's busy or um I can't play because it's when they go tee off, I can't even get to the golf course because of traffic. It would take me an hour and a half just to get to the damn golf course from where I'm at. It's already a 30 to 40-minute drive, but then I have to send traffic for like an hour, you know?
This on the north or Kelly?
That's Turtle Bay, because I'm on Wildwood side.
Right.
Turtle Bay is all the way just on the north side of it. So, but what I usually do is I just will go up to Leilahoa, like right up the road, and play up there, or I'll go to the other side on the east side, right, northeast side, Kailua side, Panoi, and I'll go play on the base with my friend. That's a retired sergeant, so he gets us on. We play there at the Clipper, and then sometimes Micah Boudreaux comes and plays with us, and we might head over somewhere and like wander off somewhere else to go play a different course. You know, and then there's the Sandy Beach course on that side. I played a few times. I like to get around and play, So,
full 18 hole.
Yeah, I can't. Like when I was here, we only got like 12 to 13 holes in at a time because we teed off a bit late and dark. Everyone wants the carts back at 5:30, and so we had like 4 holes left. So it turned off. We skipped a few holes to finish, but it's kind of hard just to do 9. I have to like do the whole thing because the first 9 you could shoot 8 over, and the back 9 you should shoot 1 or 2, or maybe 1 or 2 under, or it's opposite. You could play 2 or 3 over on the front and 10 over on the back. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, and I was taught that fact when I first started playing back in the late 90s. So like it's just a game. No. There's 2 9s. And I never understood that until I started getting better and better. So, but yeah, people always, how do you play golf and sit there for 4 or 5 hours? It's like a Zen area. It's like I just sit in the golf cart and still teaches me a lot of patience. So when I get on an airplane, I just fold my hands and sit there, turn the TV thingy on my phone, and I just start watching and just try to block everything out as much as I can. It works out okay, but not so good sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not great at golf. I need a big tip truck full of sand to follow me around to fill up all the divots in the golf.
Could fill up all those divots, huh? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't take that many divots because I can't stay on my front foot very well because of my back and my hips. So I kind of try to. I have a really weird way I hit the ball, so I don't drop to the ground. But if I play like the pros do, like you're supposed to, my hip or my back could go out like that. So I can't do a full swing. So
yeah, I still watch Happy Gilmore. This cracks me up.
Yeah. And that's 1997 when that came out. I watched it at the time, and I looked at that. We watched it, and I go, if he can do it, I can do it. I went to Sports Mart, bought myself a $125 set of golf clubs, and went out, started hitting balls. And they're just going, like, how do these guys do this? I guess it was a lot harder than it looks. So, but I've been watching golf for years. Come over to Australia, watch golf. The Shark, man, just he was one of my favorites, back in the day. And I never played though until '97 was when I started. Now my grandpa's my one grandpa, my dad's side, Grandpa Collins, um, Grandpa Bill, he was really good at golf. He always shot in the 70s and stuff and played these little tiny thin Lynx clubs, you know, that when he died, I inherited them. So I'm like, I'm gonna support Grandpa's clubs. Oh my gosh. If you miss, oh, they're just but if you hit it good, man, shooting some of the lowest scores playing those things.
Wow.
So, but now they're just a memento now. They sit in the garage. So
So people, if they want to order a board, or just see, they can follow you up on social media. You got Richie
yep,
Collins Surfboards on Instagram.
yep.
Yeah, they can order through the DMs. Or...
They can hit me up on Instagram, check everything out, and then just message me. Like I've got a couple orders already from like, you know, from guys back in California that got a hold of me on Instagram or, Facebook Messenger. And there's a couple different Facebook Messengers. So I got like 3 or 4 accounts. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know where they came from.
Got your passwords, mate. Had to start again.
I don't even know what they are. I just keep checking them, and sometimes I post stuff on them.
Yeah.
But it's the one with the wave, the red blue wave with the stars in it. That's my main account. So you go on that, you can private message me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, check everything out that I'm doing. Yeah, and order a board. I'm kind of like excited to make people boards, especially like whatever they want, but more like the twin fin, because I want to see people ride this thing because it works really, really. I'm talking it works good. I mean, I told Carol when he saw the board when he came to my shop, I said, Tom, you see this board right here? It's my 511. If I had this board back in our day, you guys would have stood a chance because that's how good this board works. It works even better backside than it does front side. That's what twin fins don't work backside. This board works better backside than front side. You can really go like this. Backside turn, you can go right back up into it and come straight back down. There's no slide in it. Just as hard as you want.
Yeah. You were going beyond 12 o'clock. I
Yeah.
remember.
It grabs, it completely drives off the bottom. So I think Tom's in Europe right now, but when he gets back and rides that board more, and if he gets the right set of fin, as he sees, it's super snappy. He's got the fins are a bit small on that board, but if he gets like a little bit bigger fins on it, and he can start really digging into it. So I think it'll be great seeing more and more people get the boards, and I'm looking forward, like I said, coming back hopefully March, April, and doing stuff here, and maybe get a hold of some guys in Europe through England. And I was talking to Russell Winter. Remember Russell Winter? He's surfing. He's posted some videos of surfing really good, and maybe go to England, maybe Carl Williams and stuff like that. A couple of the boys go over there, hang out with those guys in England, and just be on a cruise. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland, especially Ireland, because that's where my family's from. And I want to go play golf. I want to get over there and play golf. It's got to be warm though, because I know it's freezing over there. So, maybe go through like France, Spain, and Portugal. Be over there for like maybe the whole summer and cruise, and maybe make some boards for some people, see what they think. So I just want to be able to travel around and see some of my old friends and hang out. Maybe do some work, and if not, just travel and hang out. Maybe meet somebody new and take them with me.
Oh, well, any ladies out there? As a single man. Makes a mix.
Not really looking. Yeah.
I was going to start writing a bio up for you.
Yeah, not really looking that much, I'm still finding myself where I want to be. I mean, I'm in a good place right now with God, and like I said, this is where I should have been 35 years ago. And I am hoping that as the years go on, I do what I was meant to do here on this earth. And hopefully be able to put a smile on my face and have a good time. And people won't keep calling me grumpy anymore. Or grumpy. what's there to be happy about? You know, so, but I'm just really looking forward to getting back to California and seeing my girls again and hanging out with my friends, golfing and maybe surf and do that trade show thing and um
Yeah.
and see what's next.
I wish you all the best on that. Regards to the girls too, me, yeah. And anyone who would like to or interested in uh, getting in touch with Ricky, we will. Well, I'll put his links, his handles there for social media where you can contact him for a board. So remember, he will be back in Oz February or March of next year. So it might be a good time to get that in and save a few pennies like
Yeah.
yourself and grab one. Richard, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking out your time. I know you're a busy man, having a little time to relax. I know you're going to have a really good evening night with friends. And
Hopefully, oh
yeah. Oh, well, aren't you lucky you don't drink?
no,
Yeah.
I took the year off. I never was a big drinker anywhere. I just had like some lemonade and a shot of tequila, and that's about it. That's all I need, you know. But I took the whole year off. Hopefully next year I'll be just as good.
Awesome.
So,
all right, mate. Until then, love to catch up with you again next time on the podcast.
yeah,
You know what we
maybe sometime too. Like next time I come over or something, maybe we can get like Carol and Kong and Shane or something. Get some kind of like get a big huge thing going. I just
like a big grid, like the break. Yeah. I'll just let you guys rattle on.
That'd be fun. That'd be very, very fun.
That would be good. Awesome.
Like 6 to 8 of us just you know. So
awesome. All right, mate.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Yeah, mate.
All right. Bye.